Good morning, everyone. My name is Amy Williams. Oopsie, I kind of, boy, that wasn't very smart. It is April 21st, 2024. Yesterday was my 28th anniversary, which was awesome. I have the best husband in the world. He is phenomenal. I'm just so lucky. So anyway, I digress. So sometimes I have a lot of extra cards, and I'm a school teacher or a school librarian, and I take my stuff to school, and I'm like, hey, if you want some, kind of I give them away, I sell them or whatever. And I had a teacher come in, and she's, in her 20s, and she was like, can you make me some cards? And I said, absolutely, and she was like, well, I need them to be some thank you cards for some professors, and I need to have a B on it because I guess that was something that meant something to them. And I was like, great. I don't have a bee stamp. So we had this wonderful bee stamp several years ago called Queen Bee. And it had stamps and had dies. And I was like, okay, I'm going to do that. And I didn't have it, which I don't know why, because my grandmother's name was Beatrice and she went by Bee and she loved bees and I should have bought it. Always go with your gut. So I borrowed it and I made the cards and she was so thankful she loved them. Well, apparently one of her professors really loved them and wanted some more. And she was like, hey, could you make me some? And I was like, sure. I don't have the stamp set anymore. But lo and behold, we still have the stamp set. I found out that it is still available online. So that was exciting. So I ordered it and I'm going to make her more cards. But then I thought, well, why not do a video? Because honestly, I've been having a little bit of creative block this week. I've got Stamp Club, no idea what we're doing because I can't figure it out. I just can't get it in my head. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I'll figure it out. I will, but right now I haven't. So I'm going to make this card because I love it. Now, I just started this video a second ago and, well, I realized that it was on photo instead of camera. So I did already stamp something, but I'm going to show you the card. We're going to do it. Here we go. Really, that's the reason I went so fast. Okay, because I had to sneeze. Okay. So here is the stamp set. It's called Queen Bee. Isn't it cute? I love this bee. She's got all these little flowers on there. We're going to use that. Here is the card we're going to make, okay? Now, I told you that the die cut is no longer available, and it had this beautiful wing that I had done out of vellum. I'm not going to put that in this card because we don't have it anymore. Plus, we used to have a honeycomb embossing folder, which I was like, well, that's perfect. So I used it. Again, we're going to use something else to show you don't have to have everything to make it, okay? So that's what we're going to do. Now, we're going to start with embossing. And I've actually already stamped it, but I wanted to let you know that when I stamped this, I went above, so this top part kind of cut off because I wanted it to look a little more natural. I used the Perennial Postage dies, so we're going to go ahead and put the embossing powder on there. All right, I used the Perennial Postage dies, and I had already done that because, again, sometimes I think it's like watching paint dry, and you're like, I don't want to watch her do that. So there's that. All right, and then we're going to do this. This is the, oh, there's the bee, and I got my finger on it, so it may need to be done. Oh, look, it looks okay. All right, so there is the bee. All right, so let's get the embossing gun. It's really not called an embossing gun. It's called a heat tool. And yeah, there you go. All right, so let's do that. I should put my glasses on. Okay. Oh, man, that's bad, huh? We're going to see if I like it. If I don't, I'm going to redo it because I really didn't mean to do that. It looks like it's going to be okay. It looks like you don't want it with this really, I think when you have something really fine, you do want to be careful not to get too much embossing powder on there. That's how this one is. This one doesn't, it may have dried a little bit. I think it's going to be okay though, because I don't want it to be, again, if you get too much embossing powder on there, then it loses some of that detail of the flowers. So I think this is actually going to be pretty good. And I'm going to twist it and see. You can kind of see when it does it because it starts to shine. And I think I have it everywhere. All right, so there's that. Okay, oh. All right, so there's this, and there's my bee. Okay, now I'm gonna get my snips. Now, if you bought this and you had the die cuts, you know what I do? I say die cut, because, you know, maybe you don't like to fussy cut. I really don't mind fussy cutting. I just try to, you know, on the edges, really do use the paper to make those curls, okay? Yeah, okay, so we're gonna, again, go like this. I'm trying to keep it close so you see what I'm doing, okay? And I did do this on Very Vanilla. I tried it on white, and I think I like the Very Vanilla better. I kind of have never used Very Vanilla very often. There's a lot of berries in that situation. But anyway, I actually am kind of becoming really kind of obsessed with it, using it more and more. They did get rid of the Very Vanilla Thick, which is fine. I don't use thick that often, so it's okay. So see, it's really not hard to fussy cut this. If you don't have the dies, it's really not a big deal. Okay, I'm gonna do that just to get a little bit away. Again, I'm gonna go here and then here, trying to let my scissors guide it. Now I really probably need to get my scissors sharpened. And there you go. There he is. Isn't he cute? I guess it's a she, because queen bee, queen. All right. So I like this, but I wanted to give it a little bit more dimension. So I'm using layering leaves. This set is not retiring, and I'm really glad, because I think this is a really good set. One, because they have the punch that goes with this, which is awesome. But two, because I like the sentiments on it. And then it has this, which I'm going to use. So I'm going to take this off, which I kind of forgot to do. Let's see. So I've got that. Let me get myself a stamp real quick. Put it on there. Just has these little dots on there. And I'm going to use Pecan Pie. So, and I'm just going to, okay, I'm just going to kind of use it just a little bit around, but I'm going to do other, you know, maybe go like that and that. And just to kind of give a little bit extra look. And I'm going to stamp that off a little bit and do a lighter one over here, just to give just a little bit more. And I really like that. Okay. All right. Now I did not emboss. Oh wait, I'm not done. I need to do the thanks so much. So let me go ahead and do that. Oh, I'm not doing it in Pecan Pie. I'm going to do the thanks so much in black, because if you'll see, I'm using this ribbon in black and the background is black, and I want to make sure that I give a nod to that. So I'm going to use Momento. Let me get my sentiment. Thanks so much. And again, you can use whatever you want, whatever sentiment you want. It's your card, so use what you want. And I told you I was using this, okay? And I just am, because to me, it makes sense to use, let me put it like that. It makes sense to use, oops, I don't have that all. The good thing about these polymer clay, you can always tell. All right, oh, stop shaking. Okay, so we're gonna do this. Down and up. You can always tell if you're straight with the polymer clay. I can't do two things at once. That's, well, that's asking a lot of me, okay? I'm just gonna say. All right, now I have a piece for the background. And again, if you got this, this was actually, this high one, this was actually free as a celebration a couple of years ago. It was like an add-on. So if you have that, great. But if you don't, use something else. And I'm going to use exposed brick because we have it. And I wanted to just show you that you could use, I want you to use what you have. Don't always feel like you have to buy everything because you don't, okay? And let me zoom out a bit so you can see. Move that, okay? And yes, it's shaking. Stop shaking. Okay, here we go. Okay. So this is a 3D embossing folder. I'm using plate 1, putting my 3D embossing folder in with the fold side in first. And then I'm going to put my plate on top and I'm going to roll it through. Okay. All right. And then, ta-da! There you have your time warm type. I love it. I think it is so pretty. Now, I'm going to do the Amy method of cutting. I'm going to call it lazy Amy because I'm a little lazy. Okay. I don't measure. Measuring is, it's too much work. I don't like to measure. So I'm going to just do that. Okay. So that's about, let's see, almost 3/4 of an inch. Could you have done 3/4 of an inch? Absolutely. I'm going to take a little bit off of here. Okay. And then I've got, thanks so much. Now I've got, this is another piece of scrap paper that I had, and I'm going to put it right here like this. You know, I watch reels and I see people putting, you know, using their tape and stuff. Oh my gosh, they use so much tape. You don't need that much. And I don't want you to feel like you have to use gobs and gobs of tape. Because you really don't. And I feel like people do it maybe because they think, oh, I don't know. I don't know why they use that much, but I don't, okay? I just don't. I think it's crazy. Maybe they do it because they want you to use more because the more you use, the more you buy. Or maybe they think you need that much, but I don't think you do. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this first. So this is the vanilla and black gingham. So this was like this large check, but it was very vanilla. So I'm going to put this on here. Okay, I'm going to tape it on. Cheap tape, guys, cheap tape. Don't use special tape. I mean, you can, but again, don't spend money where you don't need to, okay? I want you to follow me for cheap tricks, okay? All right. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take this and you're going to tie a knot, okay? And just tie it where you want it. All right. I think my stamp club thinks I'm crazy when I'm like, hey, you don't need that much because it's expensive and I don't like to waste. I really don't. So I'm just going to tie a knot, and then I'm going to trim it off. I'm going to trim here. These are old scissors, and they really do need to be sharpened. Okay, and they probably cut paper too many times. So I'm going to put this on here. Let me zoom in a bit. Is Amy's big old stomach showing? All right. So I'm going to put this on here. Now, if you know me, you know I'm going to put some dimensionals on here. Again, you don't have to get crazy with them. I probably put more than you need. I always do the 4 corners. With a larger one, I'm probably going to do here, 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 and here. And that's all I'm going to do, okay? I don't want you to think you have to get completely crazy with it, okay? All right, I'm going to do this. All right, so I'm going to put this on here in the center. And then I've got my black card. I've got my black cardstock, okay? And I'm going to put this on here with my tape. And you're going to see, and I think maybe a little bit more when it is embossed, you know, maybe a little bit more. But do I go boo, boo? No, I don't, y'all. You don't need that. Just these little ones. It's plenty. This card is not like for all ages, right? Okay, so thanks so much is going to go here. And I'm going to put it here. And I'm going to kind of, you know, put that like that so that it's like that. Again, I am going to dimensional it. And I'm going to do it on these edges. And the reason is because if I do it down the middle, it's going to be on here. And it's not going to really stick very well. So these, again, probably more dimensionals than I need. But don't get crazy. Y'all don't think you have to be crazy with it, because you don't. And I don't want you to spend a lot of money on things that you don't actually have to spend money on. Okay, so thanks so much. I'm going to put this here so that it you know, kind of, I want to kind of go like that. So that kind of goes like that. And then my bee is going to go right here. Okay, and I put her on last because I wanted to, I'm not putting anything on the wings. I want them to fly free. Fly free, wings, fly free. Okay, so I'm going to do that just like that so that we can pull those wings up. Okay, now I used a different embossing folder. Does it look much different? No. Is it still a beautiful card? Yes. I don't have, the wings on there. But you know what? I think it's just as beautiful with the wings than without, because now you can see these pretty little flowers. You can't see the pretty little flowers here, so maybe I even like it better. All right, so here are my cards. I hope that you like them. Y'all, use some things you have. If you don't have a bee stamp, but you like this layout, put a flower there. Put a dragonfly. Put whatever you want. Put a little, you know, you could make this into a kid's card and put a cute little kid thing there. Just, I like the layout. I thought it was a pretty layout. I love this Perennial postage set. And it's easy, y'all. It's easy and cute, and there you go. I hope you have a beautiful week. Oh my gosh, we got 2 inches of rain here in Dallas, or in McKinney yesterday, and it was a gorgeous, glorious day. Have a great week, and thank you for watching. Bye.